Why did Georges StPierre leave? Why did one of MMA's biggest stars, a defending champion, decide to walk away from the sport? That's the question that tries to get answered in UFC Presents. GSP, a legend returns, a minute documentary that debuted Friday on FS1. Ahead of StPierre's return next week at UFC 217, where he fights for the first time since relinquishing the welterweight belt and entering a self-imposed exile for 4 years, you can now watch the full video. Check out the documentary, which includes footage from StPierre's childhood and his own words, above. Here's the full description. Georges StPierre was an all-time great UFC champion, an international superstar, with blue-chip sponsors and a budding film career, whose dominant run inside the octagon showed no end in sight. Suddenly, in 2013, just entering his athletic prime, the man known to millions simply as GSP walked away from it all, relinquishing his title and retiring at the height of his powers. Now, after nearly 4 years away, GSP returns to the sport he once ruled to challenge Michael Bisping for the UFC title, and to face the demons that drove him away. This film will explore the complex backstory and complicated personality of StPierre, whose experience as a youth tormented by bullies lead him to an obsessive pursuit of martial arts, and to ultimately becoming the best fighter on the planet. GSP tells us in his own words why he left, how he spent his self-imposed exile, and what to expect from the resurrection of GSP in November of this year. StPierre 252 MMA, 192 UFC next meets reigning middleweight champion Michael Bisping 307 MMA, 207 UFC, who's number 1 in the USA Today Sports Junkie MMA 185-pound rankings, in UFC 217's pay-per-view headliner on November 4th at Madison Square Garden in New York City. For more on UFC 217, check out the UFC Rumors section of the site.